30 pieces of silver. In those times was the price of purchasing a slave, valuing the life of the Christ to the lowest end of human value. In Exodus 21:32 confirms, if the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. So there's 30 pieces of silver that Judas was fascinated with, that he settled with the chief priests. The price or recompense of a slave. 30 pieces of silver also represented about 4 months of wages for a basic labor in those times. So I think you all know, when we're talking about 4 months of labor, if you have continual income during those 4 months is great. It's like extra money you can tuck away or buy something better. But if that is your only income right now and you got to work on what you're going to do the next 4 months, it's not a whole lot. Not a whole lot to wager your whole soul on. I know that. So let's go on and let's look deeper into this transaction, as scary as it's making. When we look at that 30 pieces of silver in USD or United States dollars, this amount wouldn't be much over $400. Now it would be worth about in today's times, it would be like someone giving you $400, which is not a whole lot. I'm trying to think, what can I buy for $400? I could actually buy a new pair of Beats earphones, which I do need a new version. I could buy a new pair of those for $400. I could buy a new Apple Watch for $400. I guess if you're that desperate for an Apple Watch. Judas was not in 2026. Judas was in the time when the Messiah walked the earth. If we translate the same amount of living back then in USD, it would be him betraying the Messiah in this day and time in 2026 for $18,000 to maybe $30,000. You know, if you multiply, let's just say even the 30 by 4, I mean, you're going to be over 100 grand a year. And I mean, with today's economy, you're not killing it just because everything's rising. $18,000 to $30,000 is what would be the price to betray the Messiah.